Previously on Jurassic World the Game, we cannot tell how close the wild raptors are to Blue or the children. There's no sign of struggle, so we know that they haven't run into each other. The kids are safe with Blue, but I don't want them caught in the middle of a raptor fight. Shh, did you hear something?
Hey, it's Kevin DeWitt here and welcome to the pasthisprime YouTube channel. If you're new to this channel and you're interested in relaxed, casual gaming for an older generation, then please subscribe to my channel. Like the video and click the notification bell to be notified of all my future videos.
Another phone? Looks like the kids have been around here too. No sign of raptor tracks nearby. Either they missed the children entirely or they were watching from a distance. Barry, Owen, can you hear me? Come in. Owen here. Stop shouting into the phone, Claire. I hear you just fine. The maps are ridiculous. Is there any way to adjust the opacity of the maps? I could really use an overlay. Throw up the communications grid diagram on the view screen. Then watch and learn. Now we can see what the communication systems from the old park looks like compared to our current setup. Anything look familiar? It still looks like so much spaghetti. Tape the diagram to the screen and we'll toggle each system individually to find a connection. There, that's where the calls are coming from. There's no intersection between the grids at those spots. That's where the grids are closest and deepest. Our system is radio based and currently out of commission, but if someone picks up a phone at either end, the wiring acts like an antenna or a string between two cans. That gives me an idea for boosting the signal. Barry, Owen, can you hear me? Come in. Barry, Owen, can you hear me? Come in. Owen here. Stop shouting into the phone, Claire. I hear you just fine. Whatever you did, Larry, it worked. Owen, give me your situation report. Owen, those wild raptors are moving even further afield than your initial survey. I thought as much. The raptors aren't demonstrating normal flock behavior, according to Barry. I hope they aren't following the kids. Kids? Do you have Zach and Gray? We've been following your nephews for a little while now. There's no sign that they've run into the raptors. Make sure it stays that way. Keep an eye out for those old security booths and check in with an update. Psst. We should go now. I don't hear anything, do you? Just that hissing sound. It's an unusual pattern for a raptor. It's Blue. She's hissing the word for danger in Morse code. You taught your raptors Morse code? Sss. We'll talk about this later. Zach, look at these weirdly shaped wings that tore off from the cabin. How could I miss them? They're either completely smashed to bits on the ground or hanging off jungle vines. But yeah, they are kind of crazy looking. If Dad were here, you think he would probably tell us what kind of plane this is? Not sure. I mean, for starters, what kind of plane has only one visible engine? Gray, something tells me this isn't any ordinary aircraft we're inside of. Look at the flight deck. It's too small to allow any real pilots inside. There's no room. Yeah, no instruments or display either. This thing is starting to creep me out, Zach. What kind of plane is this? Maybe it's not a real plane at all. There's something spray painted on the inside of the cabin, but it's too dark in here. I can't read it, can you? Yeah, it says UAV Coalition. What's the coalition? I think they're the ones who own this aircraft. Claire, I've been looking all over for you. It's the reporter from the Inside Hour. She's waiting for me with her camera crew in the lobby. They need to go. I want them out of this building by evening. Do you understand me? Simon, deep breaths. Let's try to calm down. The park is in soft lockdown. Kowalski's probably following a lead about assets that are out of containment. But we can't afford to let this situation get out of hand or invoke suspicion by avoiding her. We have to control this. What are you suggesting? That I willingly go down and get ambushed by the press? They'll be expecting me to hide the truth. Then don't hide the truth. Miss Deering, I've got some bad news. What could it be now? Complaints are coming in from guests. Our customer service department is swamped. How should we handle it? Right, find out how much overstock we have in merchandise. Instruct support to start handing out free t-shirts and food vouchers. Zara, report on visitor satisfaction. Numbers spiked back into the 80s, but we're hovering around a 76% satisfaction right now. The t-shirts and food is a bandage at best. Keep me updated. Gray, what are you doing? Duck back under the seats. I don't hear the angry dinosaurs anymore. Something has scared them off. Anything that scares off a dinosaur is something that really scares me. Episode 31, Executive Action. 3 hours, everyone. 3 hours since Blue and the other raptors escaped. The worst dinosaur breach we've experienced. Tell me what you know. No fatalities, injuries, or even reports of raptor sightings. As far as our guests are concerned, it's business as usual at Jurassic World. Good. I want this situation to stay a disaster and not turn into a catastrophe. We'll cancel all island tours and keep our guests busy here. They'll have so much fun, they'll never notice anything's amiss. Have we made contact with the raptor retrieval team since their last call? How did you know? Nothing since their last call, and if they keep heading along the network of old security stations, we should hear from them in an hour, assuming the next booth is still operational. Assuming they haven't already made contact with the raptors one way or the other. The hour has passed, Claire. We have to assume that Barry and Owen are not going to call. They're both highly trained professionals at the peak of their dangerous profession, sir. It's premature to determine that they've reached a bad end. I'm sure they're fine, Claire, but I can't rely on hopes and optimism before I act, and I must act. You know that the red line protocols require me to notify the military if a dinosaur breach lasts more than 24 hours. We need to get those raptors back before that happens. If I may, Mr. Masrani, you need intelligence. Concrete information, eyes on the ground. It's the only way. I have a plan. What the? Sorry, that's my alarm. Time's up, Hoskins. By the time your team completes the sweep, the red line protocols escalate and military jets are flying overhead. Jurassic World as we know it is over. We need eyes on the ground, or we might as well call in the jets now. No, you need eyes in the sky. While Hoskins was playing at Toy Soldiers, I had a word with Lowry. We can get the recon team airborne. The geomagnetic even knocked out the instrumentation on my helicopter. It's not safe to fly. Hoskins will love that. It runs on hot air. Get it? Because they're both full of hot air? Ouch. Tough room. That blimp isn't a backyard science project, Lowry. Why would it work any better than the chopper? All that gear is for broadcasting communications, but it's not strictly necessary for navigation. Binoculars and a good map ought to cover it. Whoever's flying the blimp can spot Barry and Owen with binoculars and drop a flare to guide your security teams, Hoskins. Well, what are we waiting for? Sir, you can't be serious. You're needed on the ground. Are there any important documents for me to sign? Any reporters to entertain? Investors to persuade? Perhaps I should come up with a new set of condiments for the hot dog stands. Jurassic World is my responsibility. Claire, get me copies of the maps I need and get me up in the air. Lowry, get me the gear. Hoskins, stand by for my signal. Follow the flight path outlined on the map. It's the fastest way to cover the widest search area. Fast is a relative term for blimp, but I'll make do. A crashed plane? Oh, and why have we never seen this before? It's a big jungle. We haven't surveyed every acre. Are there any dino migration paths around here? None that I'm aware of, but dinosaurs have surprised us before. Let's take a closer look at that plain. Maybe there's a reason why the dinos keep it clear. Hey guys. Whoa. Quiet, Grey. Do you want the raptors to find us? Raptors? How many raptors? We don't know. They make a lot of noise, but we never see them. We figured we'll wait here until they get bored and move away. We'll still have a few snacks if you want to share. Zara, you and I need to have a conversation. My office, now. Yes, of course, Miss Deering. I'm going to be frank with you, Zara. Part of this situation could have been avoided had you done as I instructed. Miss Deering, I'm convinced your nephews will be fine. Besides, I'm your assistant, not a nanny. You are my employee. You had a task and you failed that task. If something happens to Zach and Grey, your employment at Jurassic World will come to a swift and abrupt end. Understood? Zara said you needed help? I do. I can't seem to connect to the Project Ares servers anymore. You wouldn't have anything to do with that. What do you mean? Wait, are you accusing me of something? Not accusing, asking. You've accessed the servers on multiple occasions today. I'm simply concerned. Okay, well, let me take a look at it. With this storm, nothing would surprise me. Ah, well, no wonder. Your Ethernet cable came loose. Also, how old is this cable? I thought that was your expertise. Tell you what, let me go to storage and grab a new one. What are you doing, Hoskins? Oh, Laura, I didn't see you there. Zara. Right, actually, I could use your help. Between you and me, I'm getting the ACU troops ready for when Masrani inevitably fails. Do you mind doing me a favor? I don't know. Excellent work. The last thing we want is for that damned red line protocol to go live, or we're all out of a job, and no one wants that. Depends on who you talk to. Has Masrani dropped the flare yet? Not yet. What are you going to do when he does? I have a plan. Episode 32, Search and Rescue. Shh, I hear something. Is your pet velociraptor sending you secret messages again? You have a pet velociraptor? Stick your head outside the plane and let me know if you see anything. Watch it, buddy. That's my brother you're talking to. No, everybody stick their heads outside. I hear that rumbling again. Kid, get back here. No, you get out here. I see something. It's the blimp that got airborne. They're looking for us. Barry, hand me the flare gun. This is not the right time. Get inside. Search log. Entering the final search quadrant. No sign of the dinosaur retrieval team so far. Daylight is fading. This will be my last pass.
Alright, well hopefully that was enjoyable. Please remember, if you like what you see here, subscribe to the channel, click the like button, click the notification bell to be notified of all my future videos. Go and check out some of my other videos here that are linked on the side. And I thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.